Okay, let's go.
Hey everyone, and welcome. Let's talk about something I think we've all felt. You know that feeling when you look at your bank account and it's always just empty? Or your paycheck lands and it feels like it just vanishes into thin air? Well, if that sounds familiar, this is for you. We're going to break down Dave Ramsey's proven plan, the Total Money Makeover. Think of it as a roadmap to get you out of the swamp of debt and onto the solid ground of financial freedom. So, does this look familiar? Your salary hits the bank and boom. It's like a flood of expenses just washes it all away. Before you know it, the month's over and you're just sitting there thinking, seriously, where did all my money go? That constant stress of living paycheck to paycheck, it's exhausting. And that's exactly the cycle we're here to talk about breaking. Okay, let's really dig into this quote because honestly, it's the heart of this whole philosophy. After hitting absolute financial rock bottom, Dave Ramsey had this huge realization. He figured out that his biggest problem wasn't the economy, it wasn't a bad job, it wasn't a low salary. No, the real enemy, well, it was the person staring back at him in the mirror. It was his own habits. Now, this brings us to a really fascinating idea, financial denial. See, unlike a health problem you can physically see, financial problems are kind of invisible, right? It's so easy to just pretend everything is fine, that the credit card bill isn't that bad. You can ignore it, right? Up until a crisis hits, a job loss, a medical emergency, and suddenly you can't ignore it anymore. And this is the most crucial part. If our own behavior is the problem, you know what that means? It means we have all the power. It means we are also the solution. Just getting that, just recognizing it, that's the first most powerful step you can take to get back in control of your life. This isn't about blame, it's about taking charge. All right, so before we can build a solid financial house, we have got to clear out the old, faulty foundation. And that means we need to talk about the lies, the common myths about debt that society has somehow convinced us are just normal. These are the very lies that keep us stuck. Here is the first big myth, that debt can actually buy you happiness. And look, sure, there's a quick rush, a little high you get when you buy something you can't really afford, but the truth is that feeling disappears fast. What sticks around is the long-term stress and the total loss of freedom that comes from being chained to those payments. Oh man, and this one is a classic trap, the so-called SMART 0% interest car loan. It sounds like such a great deal, doesn't it? But here's the cold, hard truth. A new car is a depreciating asset. It loses a staggering 60% of its value in just the first 4 years. You are literally financing something that is becoming worth less and less every single day. And what about this one? The idea that you absolutely need a credit card to function in the modern world, to rent a car or book a hotel room. Well, it's just not true. A debit card, which uses your own money, can do everything a credit card can. The entire foundation of this makeover is spending what you have, not what a bank will let you borrow. Okay, enough about the problems. Now that we've busted some of those myths, let's get into the good stuff, the solution. We're going to walk through the first 3 baby steps. These are the foundational moves that will get you some quick wins and start building that momentum you need. So here's your immediate game plan. Step 1, build a starter emergency fund of $1,000. Just get that done. Step 2, use something called the debt snowball to attack all your debt. Everything but the house, credit cards, car loans, all of it. And then, step 3, once that debt is finally gone, you fully fund your emergency savings to cover 3 to 6 months of expenses. But let's really break down that crucial second step. So what in the world is the debt snowball? If you look at the math, it might not seem like the fastest way to pay off debt. But this plan isn't about math, it's about behavior, it's about psychology. The whole strategy is designed to give you these quick psychological wins. By knocking out your smallest debts first, you feel like you're winning, and that gives you the momentum and confidence to keep going and tackle the big ones. And here's exactly how it works. It's so simple. First, you list all your debts from the smallest balance to the largest. Then you pay the absolute minimum on everything, except for that smallest one. You attack that smallest debt with every single extra dollar you can find. Once it's gone, poof, you take the payment you were making on it and add it to the next smallest debt. You just repeat that, and like a snowball rolling downhill, your payment gets bigger and bigger, and you start knocking out those debts faster and faster. Now, once you're out of consumer debt and you have that full emergency fund saved up, oh man, the whole game changes. You get to switch from playing defense to playing offense. Now it's time to start really preparing for the future and building some real, lasting wealth. And this brings us to baby step 4, The moment your consumer debt is gone, you have to start investing 15% of your gross household income into retirement accounts. This isn't a suggestion, it's a rule. And this one single habit, if you start it and stay consistent, this is what builds millionaires over time. All right, next up is baby step 5, saving for your kids' college. And the goal here is so important. It's about giving them the incredible gift of starting their adult lives with a degree, but without that crushing weight of student loans. It's about breaking the cycle of debt for the next generation. And now for the big one, the largest debt most people will ever have, the mortgage. Baby step 6 asks a really powerful question. Is that house really yours, or does it belong to the bank? We are so used to the idea of a 30-year mortgage that we just think it's normal. But the real goal here is to own your home free and clear. And the numbers on this slide show you exactly why this is so important. Just look at this. On a $225,000 loan, paying it off in 15 years instead of 30 saves you over $125,000 in interest. Think about that. By just increasing your monthly payment, you can free up decades of your life and a literal fortune in cash. So picture this. You've done it. You have no debt, not even a mortgage. You are 100% financially free. This is the final and, let's be honest, the most exciting part of the whole journey. This is where you get to truly live freely, build serious wealth, and give with incredible generosity. Baby step 7 is the absolute pinnacle. Money is now just a tool for you to use in 3 really cool ways. First, have some fun. You've worked so hard for this, so enjoy it. Second, invest it and make your money work for you, creating even more wealth. And third, and this might be the most important, give it away. Use your resources to make a real difference in the world. Because, at the end of the day, the really crucial point is that true wealth is so much more than just a number in your bank account. It's financial peace. It's the ability to sleep at night and not worry about money. It's having stronger relationships without all the stress that money fights can cause. And it's having the ability to contribute to your community and the causes that you really care about. So let's just do a quick recap of the entire roadmap one last time. You start with that $1,000 emergency fund. Then you use the debt snowball to get rid of all your consumer debt. Build up a full 3 to 6 month emergency fund. Then invest 15% for retirement. Save for your kids' college. Pay off your home early. And finally, build wealth and give like you've never been able to before. That's it. That's the entire plan. The steps are clear. This path has been proven to work by millions of people. Now, it's not easy, but it is simple. So the only real question left is the one right there on your screen. When will your freedom begin?